He had asked for me. Naturally, the proprietor brought him over and left him. We exchanged the conventional greetings. I said, "How do you do, Dr. Chumley?" And he said, "How do you do, Mr. Dowd?" I believe we said that at least once.
Okay.
I'm trying to be factual. I then introduced him to Harvey.
To who?
A white rabbit, 6 feet tall.
6 feet tall, huh?
6 feet 1.5.
Okay, fool around with him and the doctor's probably bleeding to death in a ditch.
If those were his plans for the evening, he did not tell me.
Go on now.
Dr. Chumley sat down in the booth with us. I was sitting on the outside, like this. Harvey was sitting on the inside, near the wall. And Dr. Chumley was seated directly across from Harvey, where he could look at him.
That's right, spend all night on the seating arrangements.
Harvey then suggested that we buy him a drink. Knowing Harvey does not drink alone, I suggested to Dr. Chumley that we join him.
Yeah?
We joined him.
Then what?
We joined him again.
And so?
We kept right on joining.
Oh, skip all the joining!
You are asking me to skip a large portion of the evening.
Please, tell us where the doctor is.
Dr. Chumley and Harvey got into a conversation, quietly at first, and then it became rather heated. Dr. Chumley raised his voice.
Yeah? Why?
Harvey seemed to feel that Dr. Chumley should assume part of the financial responsibility of the joining. Dr. Chumley didn't seem to want to do that.
I can believe that.
Whoa! Let him talk. See how far he goes. This guy's got guts.
I agreed to take the whole thing, because I did not want any trouble. We come into Charlie's quite often, Harvey and I. The proprietor is a fine man, with an interesting approach to life. Then the other matter came up.
Oh! Quit the damn double talk and get on with it!
Mr. Wilson, you are a sincere type of person, but I must ask you not to use that type of language in the presence of Miss Kelly.
You're right, Dowd, and we're sorry. Did you say the other matter came up?
Yes, there was a beautiful blonde woman, a Miss Smithles, and her escort, seated in the booth across from us. Dr. Chumley got up and went over to talk to her, explaining to her that they had once met in Chicago. Mrs. Smithles then escorted Dr. Chumley back to me and Harvey and told him to mind his own affairs. Does he have any?
Does he have any what?
Does he have any affairs?
How would I know?
Please hurry, Mr. Dowd. We're all so worried.
Dr. Chumley then urged Harvey to go with him over to Blondie's Chicken Inn. Harvey wanted to go to Eddie's instead. But while they were arguing, I went over to the bar to order another drink. And when I came back, well, they were gone.
Where did they go? Oh, God! Where did the doctor go?
I don't know. I had a date out here with Dr. Sanderson and Miss Kelly. I came out here to pick them up, hoping that later on, we might run into Dr. Chumley and Harvey and make a party of it.
So you satisfied? You got it, story. Alright, you're lying and we know it.
I never lie, Mr. Wilson.
You've done something to the doctor. I'm gonna find out what it is!
Touch me.
Maybe he isn't lying, Wilson.
Are you kidding? That's all this guy is a bunch of lies. You guys seriously don't believe the story he tells about Mr. Chumley talking to a 6-foot rabbit, do you?
Maybe Dr. Chumley did go to Charlie's place.
Yeah, he saw a 6-foot rabbit too. What am I thinking?
And why not? Harvey was there. Dr. Chumley seemed a little frightened of Harvey at first, but that gave way to admiration as the evening wore on. That's a nice expression. With your permission, I'll say it again. The evening wore on.
Well, with your permission, I'm gonna knock your teeth out and throw!
Mr. Wilson, haven't you some old friends to go play with?
The nerve of this guy, he did not come here with an order in case of DTs, is to come into the 6-foot rabbit.
As stimulating as all this is, I really must be getting downtown.
Charlie's place? Yes. Dr. Chumley was in there earlier in the evening with Mr. Dowd. And... what? Well, don't bite my head off! My, that man was mad. He said Mr. Dowd was allowed any time, but his friend was not.
That's Mr. McNulty, the bartender. He thinks a lot of me. Now let's all go down and have a drink.
Wait a minute.
Mr. Dowd, Mrs. Chumley is so worried. Won't you please try and remember something? Something that will help her, please?
Yes, my dear. May I hold your hand?
Yes, if you want to.
For you, I would do anything. I would almost live my life over again. Almost. But I've told it all.
You're sure?
Quite sure. But ask me again, won't you? I enjoyed that warm tone in your voice you just had.
So did I.
Oh, nuts.
What?
Nuts!
Oh, I really must be going. I have things to do.
Mr. Dowd, what is it that you do?
Harvey and I sit in the bars. We have a drink or two and play the jukebox. Soon the faces of all the other people turn towards mine, and they're smiling. They say, "We don't know your name, mister, but you're a lovely fellow." Harvey and I warm ourselves in all these golden moments. We enter as strangers. Soon we have friends. They come up to us. They sit with us. They drink with us. They talk to us. They tell us about the big, terrible things they have done and the big, wonderful things they hope to do. They tell us their hopes, their regrets, their loves, their hates, all very large, because nobody ever brings anything small into a bar. And then I introduced them to Harvey, and he is bigger and grander than anything they have to offer me. When they leave impressed. Same people seldom come back, but that's envy, my dear. There's a little bit of envy in the best of us. Too bad, isn't it?
How did you happen to call him Harvey?
Harvey's his name.
But how do you know that?
That's rather an interesting coincidence, Doctor. One night, several years ago, I was walking in the early evening along Fairfax, between 18th and 19th. You know that block?
Yes.
I had just helped Ed Hickey into a taxi. Ed had been mixing his rye with his gin, and I felt he needed some conveying. I started to walk down the street when I heard a voice saying, "Good evening, Mr. Dowd." I turned, and there was this great white rabbit leaning against the lamppost. Well, I thought nothing of it at that time, because when you have lived in a town as long as I have lived in this one, you get used to the fact that everybody knows your name. So naturally, I went over to chat with him. He said to me, "Ed Hickey seems a little spiffed this evening, or could I be mistaken?" Well, of course he was not mistaken. I think the world and all of Ed, but he was spiffed. Well, anyway, we stood there and talked, and finally I said, "You have the advantage of me. You know my name, and I don't know yours." Right back at me, he said, "Well, what name do you like?" Well, I didn't even have to think a minute. Harvey has always been my favorite name. So I said, "Harvey." This is the interesting part of the whole thing. He says, "What a coincidence. My name happens to be Harvey."
What was your father's name, Dad?
John Frederick.
When you were a child, you had a playmate, didn't you?
Oh.
Someone with whom you spent many happy, carefree hours.
Oh yes, Doctor. Didn't you?
What was his name?
Vern McElhaney. Did you know the McElhaney's, Doctor?
No.
There was a lot of them. They circulated. Wonderful people.
Think carefully, Dad. Wasn't there someone, somewhere, at some time by whom you knew the name of Harvey? Haven't you ever known anybody by that name?
Oh no, Doctor. No one. Maybe that's why I've always had such high hopes for it.
Come on, Wilson. We'll take Mrs. Dowd upstairs now.
No, no, no! You've made this your show, now you run it. Letting him sit here thinking nothing about the doctor, no. It's your show, you run it.
Come on, Dowd. Come on, Elwood.
Oh, very well, Lyman. But I'm afraid I won't be able to visit with you for long. I have promised Harvey to take him to the floor show.
Oh, brother. Dr. Chumley, are you okay?
Okay. Of course I'm okay. I'm being followed. Lock the door.
Doctor, who's following you?
Never mind.